everyone, and welcome back to our channel. For this week's episode, we are diving into puppy training. So if you've recently become a dog owner, or if you're thinking about bringing a puppy home, then this video is for you. We'll be covering the basics of puppy training, including essential commands, word associations, potty training, crate training, and how to discourage destructive behavior. Train your puppy the moment they come home for the best results. You should not wait until your puppy gets older. Puppies are like sponges when it comes to learning, and these little pups are smarter than you think. They learn quick and they want to learn as much as possible. So start training as early as possible, ideally around 8 to 12 weeks or as soon as you bring your puppy home. Remember that rewarding correct behavior is actually the best way to teach your puppy. So based on where you're at with your puppy, feel free to skip ahead to the later chapters. I have laid out this video as if you brought your puppy home on day one, and then how they will progress in their training. So number one, the best way to start training is by word associations. You can begin this the minute you bring them home, and it won't take a specific environment or treats. You can work on this 24/7 with them. Establishing word associations is key in puppy training. Your puppy should understand the meaning of specific words and phrases. Try not to talk to them in full, complicated sentences right away. Instead, break things down to the basics. So when you're out for a walk and your puppy goes to pee or poop, say, "Potty, good girl." Or just use the word potty. So as soon as they're getting into position, potty, and then reward them for doing their business. Follow with a "good girl." Good girl, Willa, good girl. When creating your mealtime routine, when you go to grab the food, say "food." When putting the food into the dish, say "food." Then when you go to give the food to your pup and they start eating, say "food." One more time. This helps them understand when it's time to eat, and I promise you this will be the first word that they learn. So when they're entering into their crate, make sure you say "bed," and then when they start to understand the words together, "go to bed," then they'll understand that they need to go into their crate. The main thing for the sitting, wait for a natural sit. Puppies often sit down on their own, so when they do, immediately say the word "sit." In a clear, positive tone, give them a kibble treat and a "good Willa." Okay, let's dive deep into specific commands and how to get the best results. For the sit command, remember, a puppy is going to follow their nose. So stand in front of your puppy holding the kibble treat, and you can gently lure them into the sitting position. Hold the treat so that they can sniff it, and then move it towards them slowly, pushing them into the sit position, saying "sit." Your puppy should follow the treat with their nose and naturally sit down. As soon as they sit, reward and "good girl." Repeat saying "sit" and giving the kibble treat as long as the puppy stays in the sitting position. Once Willa understood the sit position, we taught her to sit with the signal. We also taught her to always sit before she gets food and to sit before a walk so that we can put on her harness. So now it is her default position. Hold it out in front and push into sit. Sit. Good girl. Good job. Holding it above their nose and push them into the position of sit. Sit and then "good girl." Yes, good girl. Good girl. For the command "lay down," we went with "lay down" instead of "down" because up and down mean different things. We use down to get off of the couch, off of a chair, or not to jump on people. So lay down follows a similar start to sit. Hold the treat above their nose. Once they have locked in, slowly bring the treat down to the floor. If their bum pops up, guide them back down into sit, and then slowly bring the treat down till their whole body is on the floor, and say "lay down," and after a successful lay down, treat and a "good girl." Repeat saying lay down and giving a kibble treat as long as the puppy stays in the lay down position. Okay, lay down. Good, good. Good job, Willa. And sit. Good. Good puppy. So right over the nose. Lay down. Good. Sit. Good. The commands stay and come should be worked on together. Get your puppy to sit and put a hand in front of them saying stay. Back away slowly, repeating the stay command, and if they move towards you, say no, stay, and then get them to reset in the sitting position. Eventually they will stay in place. Start only with a couple of steps back, and then slowly start to increase the distance. And then eventually you should get into a position where they can't see you and they're still in the stay position. When they have successfully stayed in place, use the command come in a happy tone so that they run towards you and reward with a treat and a come, good girl. Sit. Stay. Come. Good. Okay, back up, back to here. Sit. Good. She will stay. Come. Good job, Willa. Good job. Okay, now for one of the biggest issues with puppies is their biting. In other words, sharky behavior. I'd personally be very dramatic with your sulking, so instead of just saying, ow, try to be more like, ow, you hurt me, you hurt mom. I'm sorry that you have to hear that tone of voice, but that's how I sound to Willa, and now Willa apologizes if she hurts me. So make as big of a scene as you can. Hold your hand or your arm wherever they bit you. Pull back from them as if you're scared and say that, ow, you hurt mom. I still use this with Willa today when we play and she gets a little too aggressive. She still kind of nips at me and sometimes it will really hurt. So then I say, please be gentle with mom. You hurt me. The words be gentle will come in handy too if you can train your dog that word association. I use this command with babies, like toddlers and smaller dogs, so that Willa knows that she has to slow down and go easy. So sometimes she wants to play rough with a small dog and I'll just tell her be gentle and she'll kind of back up a bit. And we also have a toddler around in our family, so when she wants to play and she gets excited around him, we just say be gentle and she'll go a lot slower. Next, instead of just saying ow, you hurt me, you can also show your dog what they should be biting instead. Remember that your dog is teething and that when they play with dogs, they are technically, when they're playing, allowed to bite each other. That's the way that they play together. So just be conscious that they do want to bite. So biting is in their nature. Don't try to stop the biting. Just show them what they should be biting instead. It's not bad that they're biting, it's bad that they bit you or they're biting your furniture. So show them what they should be biting instead. Have your Kong or plush toy in hand, point to where your dog bit you and say no, and hand him the toy saying yes. So if he goes crazy trying to bite you more, he should be going for the toy. And this worked really well with Willa. So if your puppy is still too worked up, try to give them a time out in their fenced-in crate area or prepare a snuffle mat. Snuffle mats are a great way to relax dogs and get them zoning in on sniffing. So if you ever have a really hyper puppy, a snuffle mat is a great way to hone in that energy into one specific thing. Okay, now let's cover potty training. Establish a routine for potty. Dogs do best on a schedule because it teaches them that there are specific times for potty, food, play, and walks. So as a rule of thumb, puppies can hold their bladder 1 hour for every month of age. And generally, you are picking up your puppy at 8 weeks or 2 months, so you should be taking them outside to potty at least every 2 hours. Make sure to take your puppy outside as soon as they wake up, after they eat, after they drink water, and after playtime, as these are the times that they are likely to need to potty and the perfect time to teach them. Say, "Go potty," as soon as your puppy starts peeing or pooping so that they learn the word association. Give them a kibble treat immediately after the potty is done. As you guys know, me and my partner took a pupternity for the first week. We brought Willa home and we stuck to the 2-hour rule day and night. My partner actually slept across from her crate on the couch for the first week, taking her out every hour the first night, every 2 hours the second night, every 3 hours the next night, and then she started sleeping through the night on day 5. I would then wake up at 6 a.m. to take over for him, take her out for a big walk, feed her, and then get into training. Then she would go back to sleep. So if you have to go into work, please consider hiring a dog walker to come let them out throughout the day. Another tip, make sure to take away your puppy's water dish after they've finished eating dinner and drinking. Try to aim at about 2.5 hours before bedtime. This way, they won't have any water to try to hold in overnight. So take them out after they've finished dinner and before bed, and they should be empty for the night. Supervision at the beginning is critical. Pay attention to your dog's body language and verbal cues. They should signal to you when they need to go out. To train them on this signal, right before you're about to go out for potty, get your puppy to sit by the door, then say, "Let's go potty." Put the leash on them and then head outside immediately. This will let them know where they can signal to you that they need to go potty. The signs to watch out for that could mean that an accident is about to come: barking, scratching at the door, squatting, sniffing, or circling. Specifically for Willa, we would see her sniffing around really deep sniffs and then just about to go into a circle. Willa only had 3 accidents inside, and all 3 of those, that's what she did, and I knew, I missed some cues beforehand that this was about to happen. So it definitely was my fault that I wasn't paying attention when those 3 accidents occurred. Crate training on day 1 is essential. It provides your puppy with a safe space and aids in house training. Make the crate cozy and inviting with a bed, and we even put foam on the bottom, and lots of blankies so that your pup sees it as their own little den. It is not meant to be a punishment. Remember to keep this in mind. You want them to be safe and happy when they go into the crate. To aid in crate training, we did not let Willa on the couch until she was 4 months old. My partner and I ended up laying on the floor, sitting on cushions to make it easier for her, and of course because we wanted to cuddle with her. It was tough, but totally worth it. Willa loves her crate still to this day, and she quickly understood its purpose. Okay, and here are some extra tips that we either learned from research or along the way with Willa. So number 1, choose the right time and place. Select a quiet, distraction-free location for training sessions. A calm environment will help your puppy focus at the task at hand. Number 2, use positive reinforcement. It is the key to successful training, so use kibble treats, praise, and affection towards your pup for good behavior. Number 3, short and frequent sessions. Puppies have a short attention span, so keep training sessions brief, usually only 5 to 10 minutes at max at a time. Multiple sessions throughout the day are more effective than one really long session, so I would only do 3 or 4 at most. And remember, you will be training the word associations and the potty training as well as crate training on the go throughout all of this, so these sessions should be really short. Don't forget to capture the behavior. Wait for a natural sit, a natural lay. Wait for them to walk into their crate. Puppies often sit down on their own, so when they do, immediately say the sit command. When they lay down, lay. When they enter their crate, say bed. Next, don't force it. Don't force your dog into the sitting position or the laying position. It will confuse your dog and they'll think that you're rewarding them for your force. Let your dog get into the positions on their own. So hold it over their nose and push them into the position with the treat instead of your back of your hand pushing the bum down. And lastly, tone of voice. When training, try not to raise your voice and get frustrated. Your puppy will notice and it will make them nervous or more difficult for them to learn something. So it's supposed to be fun for your puppy, remember that. And you'll also notice that I really like to use a higher pitched voice for my good girl and for praise to Willa. So just to let her know that I'm really happy with her. And whenever I use this tone of voice, her tail starts wagging and she does get really excited. So I'll normally do it, yay, good girl, Willa. So thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode. We have a very exciting announcement coming up super soon, so I'm really excited to share it with you all. We are so close, but thank you all for continuing to watch these videos, liking and subscribing to this content. So if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to our channel for all of the fun, exciting things coming. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, can I sit there, please? Can you move on this side, please?